Hello and welcome to Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke, and I am standing on the stage of SUMMERLAnd, a wonderful production for this year's Toronto's Fringe Festival. Now, SUMMERLAnd is an amazing play that deals with a lot of issues around the coming of age in the me generation. It deals with things like bullying, sexuality, lesbianism, knowing yourself before you commit to someone else, taking challenges, dreams, expectations, and a lot more. And I'm sitting here with Meikkkle, who is a costume designer for the wonderful production SUMMERLAnd. Rebecca, how have you been involved to become a costume designer? What are some of the things you had to do in your life to get here today?
Well, to be honest, I kind of fell into it. I'm a graduate of Wexford Collegiate School for the Arts maybe 12 years ago. I started doing costumes when I was a student there. I've continued to sort of be in the costume department for the past 12 years since I graduated. SUMMERLAnd is a very passionate project of our kind of main Wexford Collegiate creative team. So obviously I was willing to do anything I can to jump on board and make this production happen for them.
So that's wonderful. So are you telling me you have no formal training as a fashion designer?
I do not. I am self-taught. I had a wonderful mother who taught me to sew at a very young age, and I've just kind of pursued it on my own time. I actually work full-time as an event planner. I went to Ryerson University for hospitality and tourism management, and I've just continued to do costumes really just for the love of my Wexford family, to be honest.
Well, I think it's great. I mean, that shows me that you have a real passion for fashion, which I have to say I share with you because I grew up in a clothing business family, and my mother was a makeup artist, so fashion also was my true love. But I think it's important in life to follow what you love, and it's a great cause, and obviously you're giving back to a school that you... So do you have theater training as well?
I do. I graduated from the musical theater program at Wexford. I sort of chose a different path when I left there, but I've never really left the creative side of it. I just don't really perform anymore, but I've been on the creative team for 12 years now, so it's my own way of being part of the production.
So let's talk a little bit about the costumes themselves, because, you know, we just had the pleasure of viewing the show, and the costumes were outstanding. In fact, one of the things I said to my cameraman, Perry, when we left in the car, I said, you know, for the production budget that these people have and the quality that they have put out, and those costumes for a cast that size are absolutely fantastic. And some of the things that you use, like, you know, there was a lot of 70s and 60s motif, there was a lot of feathers, some colonial clothing, which was really interesting. I'm just kind of wondering how you were able to put all that together, or where you got it all from.
Well, the beautiful part about SUMMERLAnd in all aspects is that you can really make it what you want it to be. We had a creative team meeting. The writers of this show are good friends of mine, so I've kind of been involved in the story for a couple years now as they've written it. And it's changed a lot over the past few years, the direction that we were going to take different characters, but we kind of finally settled on this unknown era, unknown ethnicity blend, where we kind of brought in this real royal element to this production, which is my favorite part, is the royalty, and this kind of unknown... There's a very colonial aspect, but it's also very like nature inspired with the feathers, and it's sort of meant to give the audience this little hint of, are they really birds? Are they human beings who happen to have bird names? It's just kind of meant to keep the audience guessing a little bit.
Oh, that's very interesting. But the clothes themselves, where do you get them from? Or do you just cut your own cloth?
Well, a lot of hard work and a lot of budgeting. The royalty costumes, I made most of those. Raven's dress, I made that.
Oh, you did? Wow. You just go out and you're given a budget for like so much material and so much thread and buttons and stuff, and then you just work from there?
I kind of have one main budget number that I work back from. It's a very small number. So I pick where it needs to go. Something like Dove's cape that was just made out of safety pins.
That was phenomenal.
It was a pretty inexpensive piece of fabric with about 300 safety pins, so that whole piece probably only cost me about $20. It just took a lot of time.
Wow, yeah. How much time would that take to put together?
That was about 7 hours, just because of the pinning. Raven's dress came from a African piece of fabric that I bought at an ethnic clothing store, and I just cut it from scratch, honestly. There was no pattern. We just kind of pulled it together. A lot of the kids bring basics, and we kind of build from there. So a lot of the school uniform pieces, the kids have brought in a skirt or a white blouse or a tie, and we've just kind of added to it, and that helps keep our budget in check, obviously.
Well, that's really amazing. I mean, I really commend you on your talents to pull that together, because there was some beautiful costumes. All right, well, I want to thank you for your time today, talking with me and being on Janette's I'm Every Woman TV.
Thanks, Janette. Happy to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being with us today. I'm your host, Janette Burke, for Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. So until next time, continue to be fabulous. Please remember to like, share, and comment on all our posts, and follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Vimeo, YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest, and the list goes on. # Janette's I'm Every Woman TV.